Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR and Crash Bandicoot. It's about time. Wow. I saw it when it was leaked on like Friday and I wanted to talk about it, but I couldn't because I was bedridden. I was bitten by a spider a couple of days prior and I was not able to move like Wednesday or Thursday. So I couldn't even get into this chair to talk about it. But now I'm getting better, and now the trailer dropped, and now I'm ready to talk about it. Let's go. So it's been a few years since we got a new Crash game. Insane Trilogy, Nitro Fueled. Yeah, they came out within the past 5 years, but an actual sequel, like an actual entry, like not a remake, it's been 12 years. 12 long years. I mean, we got plenty of Marios and Sonics to hold us over. A lot of new Super Mario Brothers games. And we got some good ones too. And then we got Sonic games. They were all over the place. But my boy Bandicoot, my favorite mascot, my favorite character. Oh, he's back. Oh man, it's gonna be good. So I waited, not only because of me being bedridden, but because, I want to wait until there's a lot of information. I want to wait until there's interviews. I want to wait until there's more screenshots, trailers, other stuff like that, news outlets, so I can give my proper opinion on what this is. I want to go over looks, gameplay, and hopes of this game. Now let's talk about the look, because I did a whole video talking about how I felt about Crash's look from the mobile game, and I was mixed on that. This, on the other hand, it's mostly positive. I feel like it still says Crash Bandicoot. Anybody would look at that and say, yeah, that's Crash Bandicoot. He looks a little bit different, but that's still Crash Bandicoot. I think the look is fine. I think it looks really good. I like it. The only thing that bothers me is it's not consistent. But that's not a mock to the design that they put in now. In fact, I think it's going to be like a staple, and hopefully it stays close to that look as much as possible for a while. It's just ever since PS1, Crash has never had a consistent look. Like, it was almost consistent between Wrath of Cortex and Nitro Kart, but graphic changed completely, so it had to look kind of different. Then after that, the design changed a little bit more and more, and then Crash of the Titans happened. Ugh. It's not like Mario and Sonic where you expect the exact same look over and over. But I also want to talk about the number. The fact that it's called Crash 4. I completely understand why they're doing it. They want to say, hey, this takes place right after Crash 3, and for those who were fans of the original games, this isn't much different. This is gonna be an all new game. It's gonna feel a lot like the original games, but they're gonna innovate. They're gonna build upon it and like make something original. Okay, I feel like Wrath of Cortex was kind of like a 3.5. Like, yeah, it's a new game. They added new things like new vehicles and all that stuff, but like it really, and oh yeah, Coco was a playable character for like the first time. That's platforming, but it wasn't like a completely different turn. Like, it wasn't like with Crash 1 to Crash 2 and then Crash 2 to Crash 3. Like, sure, the gameplay for Crash 2 and Crash 3, like, control-wise felt the same, but they added so much in Crash 3 that it was an all-new experience. And this is doing the same thing with all new masks. We got 4 new masks coming. We already know what 2 of them do. One slows down time, another one, I think it changes gravity. Oh yeah, and Cortex is playable again since Twin Sanity. And hopefully he plays a lot better than Twin Sanity, because personally I wasn't a huge fan of it, so thankfully it wasn't long. But now I gotta replay that game. I got a lot of games to play, hyping up for this game before this game comes out. Oh yeah, I'm also happy that it's coming out in like October. Like, that's not far along at all, right? It's like less than 4 months. I might be able to wait. Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably die. So, like, the gameplay, like, you see a lot of returning stuff. Like, obviously, you get the platforming. You get the jet board back. Like, I'm happy that's back. Cool beans. We get grinding. We got these new masks. Like, holy crap. And one of the things that also got me super excited about this game was actually at the very end of the trailer, surprisingly, when the mask is talking to Crash and Coco. That was honestly my favorite part of the trailer. And I'll explain why. With what I noticed in Twinsanity, and especially Mind Over Mutant, I'm not sure about Crash of the Titans, but I know, especially in Mind Over Mutant, the games were very self-aware. They knew that it was like a kiddie game, kinda. Like, they knew about its own existence. Like, they broke the fourth wall, and like sometimes it's not afraid to make fun of itself. And it's why Crash Twinsanity is one of my favorite Crash games. And it's why a lot of people love Crash Twinsanity. The self-awareness like made the environment, like the atmosphere or the world, I guess, more fun to play in. And it looks like that is coming back based on that little clip that we saw. And I want to see more stuff like that every once in a while in these new Crash games. I don't want it to make fun of itself the whole time, but every once in a while, I wanted to be self-aware. I wanted to make jokes like that. But I also felt like I didn't really like go over like how I really felt about the look all too much. Like, it's like kind of a mix between like how the mobile game's gonna look and I don't know, maybe the Skylanders one. I don't know. I feel like it's its own little hybrid. I also love the fact that Toys for Bob is working on this game because they worked on Spyro on their own. They helped out with the other Crash games. I love the way they made the whole Spyro universe look in that. Like, they really revamped it up and made it its own. Crash, like this all new stamp in Crash time is fantastic. At first, when I saw the leaks, and I saw like, oh, it's gonna take place in 1998, and then Crash stumbles upon this mask, and then they gotta go through time and space and all that jazz, and also different dimensions. At first, I was rubbed the wrong way when I first heard that, because we already go through time in Crash Warped. We've been through different dimensions in Crash Twinsanity. But even though those bothered me, I knew that the level designs are still going to be fun. I know I'm going to love the game nevertheless. It was just a small nitpick. I don't want it to be called Crash Time Traveling Bandicoot. It's not what he is. But I noticed he's been traveling in time a time or two. Just saying. Now they're talking about how, oh, it might be an all new alternative like timeline and other stuff like that. I'm like, why does everything gotta have alternative timelines now? Like, I guess they gotta do that just to justify the Crash 4, which in America, yeah, Crash 4 is fine. But in Japan, Crash Wrath of Cortex, the one on the PS2, that was Crash 4 to them. They literally called it Crash 4 over there. And then Twinsanity was 5. I'm not sure about the tattooed Crash games, but point is, we already have a 4. I don't know what Japan's gonna do about it. Probably nothing. We'll see what happens. But let's lightly go over what I'm hoping for this game. Like at first I was thinking, oh, I hope they innovate somehow. Like, I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, and it looks like what I'm hoping is, let's say we got a 5-world structure like we normally get in the past 2 Crash games previous to this. I don't know, Crash 2 and Crash 3. I'm hoping that it's like a 5-world structure, 5 levels per world, and then after each boss, we get a new mask. Maybe. We'll see. Some people are probably hoping that it's gonna be like semi-open world like Twinsanity, and based on the gameplay and like how the levels are designed. I can understand why some of them are probably thinking that, but based on interviews, no. That's not how exactly it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be like kind of a hub. I forget exactly how it went. Canadian Guy A talked to somebody from Toys for Bob. Watch that interview if you really want to know a thing or two. I was hoping that Coco would have her own levels to make it like unique gameplay. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen though, because from what it looks like, you can play as either Crash or Coco. Hopefully they play slightly different, so it makes it a unique experience, but I doubt it. I wonder what Cortex is going to do, but I'm also wondering who the villain is going to be. I wonder if it's going to be Uka Uka by himself. I wonder if it's going to be Embryo. Maybe Entropy, because it involves time. Maybe Entropy, like, involving Uka Uka. I don't know. Or maybe it's an all-new villain. Maybe a new way to involve crunch? I don't know. But one of my biggest hopes, personally, is in Crash Warped, like, half the levels were gimmick stages. Whether it be, like, going in underwater, or riding a jet ski, or something, or riding some vehicle. To me, it's tougher for me to go back to Crash 3 because of there being so many gimmicks. I'm a platformer guy, I want to play platformers. And yes, some of those things are fun, but the jet ski in the Insane Trilogy is god-awful, I'm just saying. So what I'm hoping, we'll see, judging from the gameplay, it might be a reality, that it's gonna be more like Crash 2, where yeah, there are gimmick levels. There is a jetpack, there is a bear chasing you, or a boulder. You're riding a polar bear. Point is, there are gimmicks in there, but it doesn't take up half of it. It maybe takes up like a quarter. I want to see gimmick levels, just not as much as we saw in Crash Warped. I want to see the comicness, like the funnies out of these characters to be fleshed out again. I kind of want to see it like Twin Sanity or Mind Over Mutant, where the game is funny, so it's more enjoyable for longtime fans and other stuff like that. I want it to reference like past games, which I'm pretty sure they're going to. And also, apparently we might get some type of Easter egg of Spyro. He might make an appearance. Will we finally get a Spyro and Crash crossover that's actually good? That reality might be coming closer than we think. Not in this game, but in the future? I've got my hopes up for it. I think it's gonna happen. Even though the gameplays for both of them were completely different, I'm pretty sure they'll figure out something. We'll see. We'll see. But one more expectation before I end things off. As of right now, we see it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. And on the Xbox One version, it talks about how it's going to be compatible with Xbox Series X. And of course, PS4 version is going to be backwards compatible on PS5. However, those are only releases that we've seen so far. What I'm expecting is next year, whether it be close to the anniversary or maybe in the summer, which I'm assuming more the summer, I think we're going to get a Switch release, because I'm predicting that this game is going to be made in Unreal Engine 4, because that's what they made Spyro on, and it worked flawlessly. I think it worked really great, and Switch supports that, and I'm pretty sure they just gotta downgrade a few things, and the game can run just fine. I haven't played Spyro on the Switch, so I would love to see how it plays on there, but we'll see. Maybe one day when I'm not poor anymore, I might pick it up. So I think a year from now, we're gonna get it on the Switch. We're gonna get it on PC so we can get the mods and 60 frames a second and all that jazz. I think these games will be locked at 30 frames on our consoles just because. But what I'm hoping for is on Xbox Series X and PS5 that hopefully, I doubt this, but hear me out. What if we get a patch that enables a higher end port? So like we get unlocked frame rates and other stuff like that, like a definitive PS5 version. Because there's a lot of games that do like the free upgrade or whatever. So why not do it for Crash? And I would love to see Crash Insane Trilogy. I would love to see Spyro. I'd love to see CTR like also get these updates as well. I think that would be absolutely awesome if they did that, but realistically, it's probably not going to happen, but it's an idea to throw out there. But really what I want the most is just something like Crash 2 where it's not bombarded by gimmicks, but I'm still excited to try these new masks. I think these things are going to be really cool. And I'm happy that it's going to play really similar to the original games. And action figures, on the other hand, we're going to see how that goes. I think that's a whole other topic for a whole nother day. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in another one. But first up, but before I go, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you like Crash Bandicoot, check out my Instagram. I done a couple of pictures with my Crash figure outside, and you might really enjoy them. And for those who've been watching me for a long time, you're probably thinking, why is this Crash banner over here? What happened to the Mario? This cat that's laying on my bed right now tore it in half, and I'm very upset because I'm from Club Nintendo, and it's like $50 to replace it now. Thanks, cat. But before this game comes out, I am going to be streaming the original trilogy. I'm going to be finally playing Spyro, like all 3 games. I'm gonna play Crash Twinsanity again, because why not? I'm gonna try to play Crash Twinsanity. As long as it works good on my PS3, I should be okay. Point is, I'm gonna stream a lot. But, as of right now, I gotta play Last of Us 2. Gotta get my opinion out there for that, because I heard mixed things. Very mixed things. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. And I'll see y'all in the next one, so peace, peace.